So we're excited to continue our Purple Pants podcast coverage of Amazing Race season 34. And of course, if we're talking Amazing Race, I can't do it without my partner in crime, the winner of season 29, Amazing Race, Brooke Camhi, joins me as we get to talk to the dynamic duo.
Yes.
My favorite people, Derek and Claire. What's poppin'? Welcome to the Purple Pants podcast.
Yeah,
welcome.
Truly an honor. Truly an honor.
Yeah. Brice actually never even gave us a heads up that you were going to be here, Brooke.
This is a fun surprise.
Yeah, I'm a little star shocked.
Yes.
Stop it. You lie, it's sweet.
We're full of surprises. Derek and Claire, we know that you guys have, you know, a thing or two about competitions. I want to know, like, what was your take when you got to see the other cast, like, live in person? Like, were you like, oh, we are in for a storm, or we got this?
Yeah. Well, okay, so one of me and Claire's like big theories on the race. Mm-hmm. Can I say this?
I don't know what you're about to say.
Now you have to say it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. One of our theories on the race is like sometimes you can like see like I don't really want to say
sometimes when you're like watching a season, you see the preseason cast, you're like, well, okay, like I have a feeling some of these teams are going to go out kind of early.
Yeah.
You know, like, but I feel like our season, when we were looking around at all the teams, we're like, oh, this is a competitive group. There's no one.
Who did you feel that about? Who did you think was going to go out early?
I mean,
you'll never get it out of me.
This is why I'm here.
We felt like no one was going to go out early, which was the problem. Mm-hmm. So I remember there was one clip that I thought was definitely going to make the first episode. Was like when we were driving, they were asking us questions about like what teams we think are strong. And I was like, honestly, I think every team is strong. And then we were telling them our theory that sometimes there was like a team that I feel like will go out first. And then I was like, that team doesn't exist on our season. I feel like anyone could win this year.
That's fair.
Yeah. But then I'm pretty sure
I had thoughts on who on your season would go out early. You're you're kinder than I am. That's
fine. You can say it. I don't think I can.
I think I have to Brice, but I don't know if I should say it out loud. So what did you two find to be the hardest part about it? I'm assuming it was the not the part where you were around each other 24 hours a day because you've done that part before. But was it the physicality of it? Was it the constant going? I mean, there's very little downtime on the race. Was it the language? I don't know if there were any language barriers. It's a personal pet peeve of mine when you're in other countries and there's not a language barrier. But what did you two find or did you think was going to be the hardest part about the Amazing Race?
I know what my answer is. So going into the season, I know the previous one, they had to change it up a little bit because of COVID. So when they came back afterwards, they were doing completely self-drive. And there was a lot of theories about our season before we went on of like, okay, is it going to go back to like a regular one? Or are we also going to do self-drive? So me and Claire did practice like driving a stick shift. And, you know, we did a little bit like driving practice, but we still weren't completely sure. We were still thinking like we probably were going to go back to booking flights. But then we get onto the season and they're like, it's a private charter. You're not taking any public transportation. You're going to be driving yourself the entire time. If you're not driving yourself, it's going to be like a chartered bus type situation. Nothing that we have to book ourselves. So honestly, for us, I think kind of the hardest part of the game was trying to self-navigate. I think that was a huge part of it that we didn't prep for enough because we were still trying to hedge our bet of like, there's like a 50% chance it's self-navigate, 50% chance that we have to book. So let's not put all of our eggs in one basket.
Yeah, because we've seen on past seasons, like there'll be self-drive, of course, you have to drive stick, but it will really only be like a couple legs. And for us, it's truly like every single leg you are self-navigating. And you saw this episode, it's a 2-hour drive. You're going across country borders, you're hopping on the Autobahn, you have to figure out, you know, how you drive on the Autobahn, which, you know, we are novices. We had no idea we like had heard of the Autobahn.
Right.
Like I was expecting a sign that said Autobahn.
No speed limit. Go.
Literally, I was expecting like a welcome to Autobahn sign. Like you are now entering the Autobahn. Skull of
rules don't exist. Right, exactly.
Yeah. Drive at your own risk. And I'm so dumb. When they were telling us like, hey, you're going to get onto the Autobahn, there's no speed limit. In my mind, I thought it was Otto von Bismarck's Bahn. like this like famous German dude's Bahn. So this entire time to get onto the Autobahn, I'm looking for the letter O because I'm like, okay, this is Otto's Bahn. We're looking for O there. So like we could have done so much more prep around self-driving.
I'm so glad for your sake they didn't show that.
Yeah.
Entire 2-hour drive was us being like, no,
Auto.
the
Where's
Autobahn.
this guy Otto
I
straight
think
up?
Autobahn starts with an A. Like, I think it's like automobile. Like, I'm not really sure about that one.
I think one of my favorite moments from that drive, though, so we're about like an hour into it, and we're literally driving cross country. So you're not really sure. You don't have any validation that you're going the right way. You kind of have to like.
You could end up in the wrong country.
Literally.
We
could have been in France. Like my ass could have ended up in Asia. Like we were just we had no confirmation of if we were going in the right direction.
I would like to think you would have asked for directions before you got to Asia, like an Asian country.
No,
but
honestly,
no.
I don't think so. Like I think the sun could have set
8 hours later, Derek's still driving.
Innsbruck is around the corner.
Is this Austria? They're like, you're in Vietnam. That's fine. You're not even close.
Claire's like, I don't think it's Austria. I don't know if we should be taking a boat right now. This doesn't make sense. So about like an hour into it, we have no confirmation between me and Claire whether or not we're going the right way. And then our camera guy gets a call. And then obviously the camera guy can't say anything to us while we're in the car. So some producer on the other end of the call is asking him questions like, hey, where are Derek and Claire? Are they going the right way? But he's not allowed to say anything back because then we can hear him. Right. So he's answering everything in yes and no's. Mm-hmm. So you just hear him pick up the call and he's like, yes, no, 2. No. And me and Claire were joking. We were like, they definitely just asked him, say 1 if Claire and Derek are on the right road. Now say 2 if they are nowhere close to the pit stop.
Did you used to try and get? I'm like, yes. What was the yes? What would tell us? Like,
yeah.
So 2. Oh, yeah. 2 is a good thing.
Like they're not saying
they're
anything.
Locked down.
Yeah.
We had 1 or 2 who would chuckle and not that they would give us anything, but they would be like, you need to just stop. But Scott and I were nuts. We wouldn't stop. Sorry, Brice.
No, you're good. We saw James and Will when they won their season. They really kind of took a survivor strategy with alliances, working with different teams. What was your approach going into this season 34 of The Amazing Race?
You want to say what your approach is going to be? Claire wanted a survivor strategy.
I think we both kind of wanted survivor strategies, right? Like my approach was definitely going to be a little Jess and Cody perhaps in 30, a little cutthroat.
No, you wanted like Afghanimal energy.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to be like pointing people the wrong way.
Yeah.
I want to be like backstabbing people. Like I wanted to be like leading people off. Like, oh no, this challenge is so hard. Go to that one, or like, oh, I'll watch your bags and then like run away. Was definitely the energy I was going to bring in. Like I love Will and James, but I wasn't a hugest fan of alliances. Kind of seeing that Mind 5 alliance just like dominate the entire season. I didn't really want that because I was like, well, I don't really want to work with like the absolute best teams out here. I want to be able to potentially win. And so I wanted to kind of have a little bit more of a cutthroat approach to the game, but I also had that mentality on Big Brother. And then you just become friends with people. It's very hard to be cutthroat. Like if I was ever to go on Survivor, I'd really have to change my entire personality basically. But What was your approach, Derek?
I mean, you saw in this episode, I was spending a lot of time at these roadblocks talking to other teams. So it was hard to be cutthroat because I was like, dang, I kind of like you now. Like we've just been here for the past hour talking. So my thought going into it was at like a final 6 or like a final 5 on Amazing Race, I feel like on most seasons you'll see a alliance start to form and then they'll try to like ice out some of the teams. And it'll be like, okay, at 5, us 3 are going to band up and we're going to ice out this team first and this team second. And then us 3 will run the final together. I like you two. I want all of us to have a chance at it. And I see that in like a lot of seasons. So what I didn't want to happen when Claire was telling me this idea about being like the villain and like trying to like throw other people off their game is because that usually comes back to like
you didn't want to be iced out. You didn't want to be
the game. Then they're like, hey, Derek and Claire are kind of like yes. Yeah,
we
like
hate them.
Yeah.
What Claire was doing this last episode in the episode 2 was keeping you at the roadblock for a long time so that you guys didn't look
Right.
like
It was strategy. It was
Come on, Yodel. Come on, Yodel.
Right. I'm not
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
ask you to yodel us out. I don't think that that's nice or fair. So talking about, you talked a little about if you were on another show. Are there any racers from this season that you think would do especially well on a season of Big Brother?
Oh, Big
on
Brother.
I think there are a lot of people who would do well on Survivor.
Yeah, Survivor.
Sure. Like I think like Michael and Marcus should just be on Survivor. They would be awesome.
You know who would do well on Big Brother? Tim and Rex. Tim and Rex would
Really?
good. Yeah, 100%. I think them collectively were like the funniest people in the race. So it was sad to see them go so early, but they were playing an excellent social game, and Tim is actually a huge Big Brother fan.
He's
Wow.
a Big Brother super fan.
Yeah, so he was the first person to recognize us before we even wanted to be recognized, because me and Claire were still thinking like, let's not say we're from Big Brother. And then Tim, as soon as he saw us, like, yo, what's up, Big Brother?
You're like, damn.
Yeah, for real.
Hey.
Yeah.
Speaking of Big Brother, like, any thoughts on this historic Taylor win that we just saw in Big Brother 24?
Honestly, pretty incredible. So I hadn't
Amazing.
seen any of the season except for that final episode. So I was watching it live at Oz's finale party, and I still remember Taylor giving her final speech, and I haven't seen a single second of the show, and that speech still gave me chills. I was like, I can feel every ounce of emotion that she's putting into this speech right now. I can feel the journey that she went through. And my favorite lines when she was like, Monty has more blood on his hands than anyone in this game, but I've bled more. Like, she managed to capture so much in that speech. She gave Monty his props for winning, but she didn't say it as a compliment. And I was like, one, that's iconic to be able to say like, you won a lot, but that's a bad thing. And then turn it around and say, it's a good, and like, look at what I've gone through and the struggle I've had to endure and how much harder it was for me to get to this point in the game. Me and Kylan were jumping up and down, like throwing the ball. Like, it was crazy.
I'm so proud. I'm so impressed by her game. It's truly a historic game, you know, in terms of gameplay, in terms of strategy, and in terms of course, like the first Black female winner of Big Brother. Just truly amazing. And for her to be, you know, kind of ostracized in the first couple of weeks, which is what we've seen in Big Brother in the past happen to Black women, you know, multiple times, and to see, you know, this amazing turnaround and to see her work her way out of that and have a group rally around her and then, you know, push her way, fight her way all the way to the end. It's just truly amazing. Like, what a wonderful story. And like, could not happen to a better person. Like, we've gotten the opportunity to really spend some time with her and Joseph, and they are just amazing people.
Yeah, I've been following y'all online, and I'm like, oh, look at them. It's like one big family. And I was like, there was one TikTok, I don't know if it was like Derek's or someone's, but I was like, look at Derek and Kylan on rhythm in one of these things. Y'all was like, I was like, okay, Derek and Kylan, we see y'all.
You should have danced. Okay, so I'm going to turn it somewhere a little bit darker because that's what I do. So now, Derek, you've been on 3 shows at this point. Claire, I don't know if you know TJ, but you know of TJ. So I'm going to play a little game of, we'll G-rate it, Kiss, Marry, Kill. We got Julie Chen, we got TJ Lavin, and we got Phil Kogan. What are you going to do?
We've
this
done this.
Easy. We've done this. We do this all the time.
I think we did this the first day we met Phil.
Thought I was asking a new
Honestly, I think we do this game with like every single person we've ever met.
Anyone we've ever met.
We'll probably literally
so Brice,
I'm like, okay, Brice, Brooke, exactly. All right, Brice, Brooke, Scott, Claire. Okay.
What do you got? Kiss, Marry, Kill. Wait, is that what we said? A Kiss, Marry, Kill, or Kiss,
I was trying to keep it not R-rated, but you could do it however you want to.
Oh yeah, you said Kiss, Marry, and then what was the third one?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Let me think about which show I most want to go back to. That will affect my answer 100%.
That's fair.
I think, honestly, I'd probably marry Phil.
Yeah, that's a lock. That's a lock.
I think Phil's a lock.
The challenge invites people back more. You can play the fifth.
Okay,
Mine
okay,
locked.
let me
I
say-
have mine locked.
I would want to go back to Big Brother more, but I think I would probably kiss TJ just
Yeah.
because he's kind of
Okay.
spicy.
Yeah.
He has an interesting background. He used to be like a BMX biker, so I could
Mhm.
feel like I'd be
Oh.
interested to see what he's about.
Rest
Yeah.
in peace, Julie Chen. Okay.
I agree with that. Julie's a married woman. We know that she is a woman of God, so she probably isn't interested in any affairs. So
Yeah, we're doing it for her. I
Yeah.
don't
So she's out.
yeah,
We're doing it.
let's
for
not jump
her.
on.
no.
That's fantastic.
Yes. So I guess our final and last question is we got to get it serious here. And this question is for you,
Okay.
Claire. Seeing that Derek at this point has been on Big Brother, he has done the challenge, he is on The Amazing Race with you. People want to know, do we feel like Derek now has the resume for contending in the 2024 Zaddy calendar? We like the people.
Let's go.
The people need to know what your thoughts on that are, Claire.
Wow. Okay. First off, I just want to say
This is for Claire. No, I'm just kidding.
I just need to point out Xander, one season survivor, straight onto the calendar. Danny, one season survivor, straight onto the calendar. For me to get onto this calendar, Brice needed me to go onto Big Brother, The Challenge, and Amazing Race, and still he's unsure of it, and he's still asking whether or not I can get it on.
Look, and Christian made it on this most recent one.
Yes.
Yeah,
But listen,
no, but Christian, that's a low blow. That's a low blow.
listen, I seen the video of your Christmas party last year when Claire was hanging up getting rid of the old calendar, okay? And Derek was like, I don't know what this is. So listen, Derek, you got to work a little harder. Okay.
I maybe it should just be for me. I am like the most loyal collector of the Zaddy calendars. I have them all. I think I got the signed ones too. So that's how you know. Yes, I guess this will be. I know you don't really like it when people really campaign to you to get on the Zaddy calendars because I listen to the podcast. But this will be the start of the unofficial campaign.
See, look, Brice, I did the opposite of campaigning. I didn't even know what the Zaddy calendar was. I'm the perfect fit right now.
He wants you to want him. That I get it. I get it.
Derek,
Yes,
you are on the short
the
list.
start
The
of
short-
the campaign, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think you would be a good centerfold out. Did you not see our relationship announcement photos in Us Weekly, Brice?
I did. I said, okay.
Brice said, okay.
I
He
said,
said they're not
Derek.
going in.
He
He's
said-
not getting that
He said,
invite.
you know what? Between 2024 and 2026, we might have a spot for him.
We definitely will have a spot for you. Derek and Claire, it's been so amazing to get the opportunity to talk to you. We can't thank you enough for coming on the podcast and spending this afternoon with us. We wish you the best, and we will continue watching you guys on Amazing Race.
I'm saying one thing because this is important.
Come on,
So
Brooke.
we made our winner picks on week 1, and I
Okay.
picked my winner based on who was number 3 in the credits because I was number 3 on the credits. You
Uh-huh.
two are 3rd in the credits, so you're my official winner pick. Now,
that's
I don't know how you do. I make it a point to know nothing,
good.
but I
good.
said it here, and I said it on week 1, and if I'm right, Brice owes me $5. So we'll
Yeah.
see what
Wow.
happens.
And we
Wow.
also had a debate. So, because listen, I think that you guys have a good shot. CBS family, I'm going to root for y'all. But y'all did. I've only been watching Amazing Race for like 5 seasons now. And my one cardinal rule is the people who win the first challenge, I'm like, they're not going to win it because so many people are going to target them. So
That's
I
why
don't like.
Claire slowed them down. That's
mean,
why she took so
true,
long to yodel. It
true.
was strategy.
Yeah,
Gotta
I got
lower
you,
the
girl.
threat level.
I got
I
you.
will say, after this second leg, people were like comfortable talking to us again. After the first leg, it was tense. Like I it was like a shift in like people's perception of us. After a second leg, like, yo, what's up, Derek?
Oh, they like, what's up?
Here
They're
again.
Midland. We can chat with them now.
No,
That's
literally, 100%. There was one fact that I think I saw the other day, which was like, if you win the first leg of the race, you have a 30% chance to make it to the final leg, just based off historic data.
Okay.
So not a bad
If you
pick.
come in
I
fourth,
mean-
you can also make it to the final leg.
Yeah.
That's-
And if your partner is tone deaf, that then goes back down to.
I have to tell you, I was a musical theater major. I was dying to. I'm like, this is singing, this is dancing. We get, metalwork. That's fine. Like,
oh man,
I was
the way that I wished it was metalwork.
Okay, so metalwork might be coming up. I think we saw that in the preview for the next one.
Well, good luck making a label.
Wait, but Brice, who is your winner's pick?
So my winner pick was who did I pick, Brooke?
You didn't. You wait till week 2 to
I
make
wait
your winner
till week
pick.
2. So after week 2, so after seeing this last episode, like, don't be mad at me, but like I am going with Glenda Lynn and
That's a good pick.
Lumumba.
That's a good pick.
Good pick.
Because honestly, so I'm going back to like my mindset when I was in week 2. That was like, I think in my mind, the biggest like threat, because they had placed second
Twice.
2 weeks in a row. So I think they have right now the best average placement of all the teams. So that's a good
Only
pick.
one leg matters. That's
I love
fine.
Derek.
Average,
The
average. That's what I
theories
say.
and the math breakdown to everything. Derek, like, well, listen, because they came in first and then second, that they're
And she's left-handed, and
She's
with left-handed
left-handed.
people, that exactly.
100%. 100%. Left-handed people on average.
Well, no, that is true though. Left-handed people.
Are you left-handed too?
I am left-handed.
Yeah. Okay, it's 2024 has now been secured.
You just made the calendar based on your left-handed.
My calendar picture is just going to be this.
Just
a hand.
I am
That's
screaming.
fantastic. That's
But truly, Derek and Claire, hope to see you soon. We will continue to root you on. And listen, this has been our coverage of Amazing Race, season 34. Derek and Claire.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Great meeting you, Brooke. Great seeing you
Nice to
again,
meet
Brice.
you too.
Yes, you guys.
It's the Purple Pants, it's the Purple Pants, it's the Purple Pants podcast. You better get your headphones and listen up quick. Ooh. It's the Purple Pants podcast. You better listen in public, might make your stomach hurt. Ooh. It's the Purple Pants podcast. You're trying to unwind, you better get that box wine. It's the Purple Pants podcast. You're trying to get your snack, you better hurry right back though. It's the Purple Pants, it's the Purple